This is a Town of Southbridge, a joint protection of persons of property subcommittee and council meeting, Wednesday, January 17th, 6 p.m. in the Veterans Room. Us just make a note that it's possible a quorum of the town council may be present and discuss the agenda items, but voting rights shall be limited to the subcommittee members in attendance. I also want to make a note that items listed which may be discussed at the meeting are those reasonably anticipated by the chair. Not all items listed may in fact be discussed, and other items not listed may also be brought up for discussion to the extent permitted by law. Roll call, Citizen Member Julian.
Present.
Council Member Dow.
Present.
Shenya, present. Citizen Member La Rochelle.
Present.
Council Member Ortiz.
Present.
Have you had a chance to look over the minutes? Anybody have any concerns? I'll accept the motion to accept the minutes as presented.
Motion.
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? None. Agenda item number 4. Review and discuss the town manager's appointment of John A. Calcagni, I don't know how to say it, so Jr., as a permanent full-time police officer for the town of Southbridge effective immediately, based on the police chief's recommendation, pending a successful completion of a medical screening, state ethics, and good standing. Entertain a motion to vote to recommend to town council for confirmation.
So moved.
Second.
Julian made the motion, La Rochelle seconded. Discussion. Seeing none?
I don't know if you want to have the
Do you
chief.
want me to elaborate on this a little bit?
You can, it's up to you. I want to move this along, we got a council meeting.
Listen, I'm fine with just moving on, but I figured we'll at least get a little bit
Okay,
on
go
there,
ahead.
just on the candidate. So local, Mr. Calcagni is here tonight in the blue suit. He was born and raised here. We originally hired him for the councils that have been around back in 2022. In April, he went to an academy in July of 2022, graduated in December of 2022. Worked with us for a little bit, went to another agency in August, late August of 2023, and is now coming back this way requesting a reinstatement. There's no issues with him during his employment with us. He was a great police officer. Our community is a very busy place, as everybody in this room knows, and it's trajecting in a unique direction, we'll call it. So any additional staffing will be of paramount to the community and public safety, and I highly recommend that we reappoint Mr. Calcagni.
Anybody else have anything? Town manager? Yeah?
Yes. When I worked for Shane years ago, I worked with Mr. Calcagni's father. I know this gentleman's been brought up right. I know what he's been doing, and this is definitely an addition to this town. Definitely.
Anybody else?
We'll come back home.
Yes.
Seeing that there's no
Welcome
more
back home.
discussion, all those in favor? Opposed? None.
Unless you want to give a speech, you're good.
Thank you for
Figured that.
I just want you to know, when I ask if there's anything for discussion, that includes you.
Oh, okay, my apologies.
That works.
Thanks, Sean, see you tomorrow.
Thanks, Chief.
Item number 5, review and discuss a police department transfer request of $5,000 from account 001210-511000, salary and wages, to account number 001210-524100, vehicles repair, to cover any other unexpected expenses for the remainder of the fiscal year. Entertain a motion to recommend town council approval for the transfer.
So moved.
Second.
Ortiz made the motion, Val second. Discussion.
I'll just say, on the next several items, I'll defer to the two chiefs because they're just transfers that they have within their departments and grant opportunities, so I'll let them,
Okay.
if they have any questions or you have any questions, you can defer.
Chief?
And again, every year we're in this position around this time. We started out with $8,000 in this account. We have $1,200 left. This is just doing it early, just because I know I'm pretty confident that we're gonna end up spending more money than what's currently in that account. It's vehicle repairs, everything's sky high right now.
Anybody else? Council Marquetti.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, through you. So we're only, just barely past the halfway point of the fiscal year, and we're already doing transfers. So we are trying to save money for the fire station. We're trying to find every available way to save for that fire station. So to start making these transfers and and taking money out of one part and putting it in another part, we're never gonna get control of spending if we keep doing that. If it's an emergency, absolutely, I'm okay with that. I vote yes for something like that, but something just to build up the inventory or replenish the inventory, it's my own opinion that we should just take a look and see what your inventory is. Take a look at some invoices and just hold off. I would ask department heads to hold off at this point, tighten their belt, and work with what you have for now. Later on, after we get this fire station done and behind us, then that's fine. But until then, I would like us to tighten our belt. Thank you.
Town manager?
Through you, Mr. Chairman, certainly understand where Council Marquetti is coming from. Knowing the chiefs and all the department heads, they don't come in just asking for money if it wasn't needed to transfer within your accounts. To the point about tightening our belts, we have communicated, we've already worked with our finance director, Michelle Hill. She'll be communicating to the department heads to, we worked on the memo today with Mr. Yacopucci to communicate to the department heads to take a look at all available funding, especially given the recent 9C cuts. So these costs that are going in are necessary to make sure that we operate the departments at the level they needed. But however, we are looking at all departments and asking all department heads to take a look at their budgets to make sure that we're in good fiscal stead for this year, for the remainder of the year. We certainly need the money for the fire station, of course, but we also have to balance that with the operational needs of our departments that are very busy. So we will make sure that we keep a tight rein on the spending and take a look at any avenue that we can. However, this is for the day-to-day operations and should move forward.
Councilor Dow?
Thank you, Chair, to you. Chief, through the chairs, this money is already in the department, you just transfer it from one account to the other?
Yes.
So it's not asking for extra money, actually, he's just moving it inside the department. And I believe if we start cutting off different departments that really need it, the public need it, to save money for the fire department, I think this is the wrong way. Either found the money for the fire department themselves or don't build it. Thank you.
Derek.
So to touch on what everybody's already touched on, this is repairs, training, and stuff that's needed within the department. This isn't rocket science. He isn't asking for extra stuff. He's not asking for extra money to get extra stuff. This is transferring money from one account to another to do the things to keep the department rolling. That's all it is.
Thank you. And just one last comment. We have this conversation every year. I was a counselor for 4 years. It's been held even before that historically on these accounts, town managers and council, respectively, to keep the tax rate at a level that is affordable, have told department heads, hey, this is the only level you're gonna go, or don't go up as much. And every year we come around that they have to find out creatively within their budgets, with either positions that are open, or whatever, to transfer money. And it's probably gonna happen again next year because we're gonna have a tight budget again next year. It's just the way, until we get a handle on increasing budgets to the level that they need to be. And also with inflation, when these budgets were put, you have the inflationary costs, it gets tough to budget. So, but all good points, and we will take a hard look at all budgets the remainder of this fiscal year.
Councilor Marquetti?
Well, I mean, I don't know why we do a budget then. Why don't we just throw the money all in one big pot and say, take it wherever you need it, you use it there. Why bother doing a budget then?
Councilor Lazo?
Is this account empty? It has no money, so we're transferring it over?
It will be empty. We have $1,200, if I could, through you, Mr. Chair, we have $1,200 in there right now. We've got some other outstanding bills that are coming in, that I know are coming in.
That we need to throw $100 off?
Yes. So rather
You have
than,
no money, so we need to put the money in.
there will be no money in it within the next few days.
Thank you.
Anybody else? All those in favor of this? Opposed? Seeing none? Agenda item number 6, review and discuss police department transfer for $12,000 from account number 001210-511000 salary and wages to account 001210-54800, motor vehicle parts and accessories to cover any other unexpected expenses for the remainder of the fiscal year. I'll entertain a motion to recommend town council to approve the transfer.
So moved. Second.
Moved by Ortiz, seconded by Dow. Discussion. Chief.
Because this is a substantial amount. So this, we start out every year with this account, $20,000, and due to inflation, which the town manager had already mentioned, we had a vehicle where a transmission blew up, we had a rear end going on another vehicle. We have $3,000 in this account also, and to the chairman's point of the council, this will also be depleted within the next few weeks from bills that we have pending. Parts, I've never thought I'd ever see them as high as they are right now. Everybody in this room, I'm sure knows this. Napa, Cat, Plaza, we need factory parts for some of these cruisers. Lamro Ford, MHQ, all of our vendors, everything is sky high, and no fault to anybody in particular, but that's just the way things are right now. And when we did the budget last year, I didn't realize parts were gonna almost double from what we have in our fleet right now. So that's where we are, that's where we stand, where we are.
Town manager? All set. Anybody else? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? Unanimous. Number 7, review and discuss the police department transfer request for $500 from account number 001210511000, salary and wages to account number 001210-57100, mileage to cover cost of mileage reimbursement, tolls and other fees for officer mandated training. Entertain a motion to recommend town council approve the transfer.
So moved. Second.
Ortiz, and seconded by Dow. Discussion. Chief?
Again, this is mileage that I cannot control. This is police recruits, this is training, this is our people traveling all around the state.
Anybody else? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? Unanimous. Review and discuss the police department's transfer for $1,500 from account number 001210-511000, salary and wages to account number 00121-0-558700, parts and accessories, non-vehicle, to cover repair costs of police department Polaris utility terrain vehicle. Entertain a motion to recommend town council to approve the transfer.
So moved. Second.
Ortiz, and seconded by Dow. Discussion. Chief.
Now, this was an issue that I had with finance, and I'll keep it polite and professional, of course, but we have the money in existing accounts to pay this bill. I was told we couldn't pay it out of those accounts. They wanted this one in particular, so I have to move money into this account to pay for this machine to be repaired. The machine is a $37,000 machine that was a donation from a local company. We have to repair it so it functions properly, and I have the money in another account, but I'm only here to do a transfer because that's what was requested.
Manager, all set? Anybody? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? Unanimous. Review and discuss a donation of $5,000 to the police department from United Lens. Entertain a motion to town council to accept this donation to be used at the discretion of the police chief.
So moved. Second.
Ortiz, and seconded by Dow. Discussion. Chief?
United Lands have been very, very supportive of the police department and the community. They are obviously huge dog supporters. So when they heard that we got Canine Vice through a grant, they offered to donate $5,000 to Vice.
Discussion? Anybody else? Seeing none, all those in favor? Unanimous. Goodbye, chief.
Thank you.
See ya.
Good seeing you.
Stay out of trouble.
Try to.
Don't get caught.
Chief, I take it you'll have to be there Monday night.
Yeah, for that, for John. I think.
Article number 10, review and discuss a fire department transfer for $10,000 from account number 001220585600, safety equipment, to account number 001220-524100, motor vehicle repair maintenance costs to cover costs for additional repairs required to maintain vehicles for the fiscal year. Entertain a motion to recommend to town council for approval.
So moved.
Second.
Ortiz, and seconded by Dow. Discussion. Chief.
Very similar conversation that you just had with Chief Woodson. We started out the year for fire truck repairs of $33,000. Definitely repair costs are up completely. We had just recently a $7,000 repair to Rescue 1, which was completely unexpected. The DEF system completely failed. We had to have that replaced. So right now, to answer Chairman Lazo's question, we need the money to transfer because we're over budget right now at this point. So the first transfer is actually is $10,000, and then I pulled out the next item is also the same exact situation, a different amount.
Town manager, anything?
No, I just want to say, as a former department head, police chief, budgeting is always the hardest thing, especially when it comes to vehicle maintenance and the unknown about whether your equipment's gonna go down.
Well, I know the DEF system alone is a big deal. For my son had it on his truck, and it's gonna cost him around $5,000 on a truck. So I can imagine the rescue truck. Council Lazo.
Just a quick comment, there are some things in the budget that you're not gonna be able to control. Maintenance, repairs, you don't know if you're gonna have a breakdown, or how it's gonna go. It's like the salt account, how much salt you're gonna use, you don't know, you can't predict the weather. But the thing is, I think the frustration from the past is kind of haunting us a little bit, where there are accounts with money and hurry up, there's a fire sale. That's why my question was, I have no problem transferring money if needed. It's needed, you transfer the money, and it goes into the account, and it's expended. But the thing is, to transfer into an account that already has existing money in it, and we're just stockpiling money, that's one thing. But that's not what we're doing here. What we're doing here is, the police chief's account is out of money in 3 days. He comes forward to try and get ahead of the curve on this. Same thing with the fire chief, he's got breakdowns. He would have never known that last year when he did the budget. That's why budget is just a tough number, but if you have the transparency and you provide the oversight, we can get the answers and get the job done. So I think moving forward, I think Jack, the town manager, has said it. There are some things you're not gonna control. They're gonna surprise you. And hopefully they have it in their budget. If they don't, they'll be coming forward to the council out of other accounts. Thank you.
Council
Thank you,
Down.
Chair, to you. I mean, these money is still for the fire department. It's not like they're coming in and say, I need extra money. We already have it in the budget, but different account, maybe they was able to not use it on this specific item, they're using it somewhere else, but they're still their money. They're not like asking for extra. I don't see a big deal about it. Thank you.
Anybody else? Town manager.
And to the previous speaker's point, there may be items in that safety account that we had budgeted, right? To say, okay, during the year, everything goes well, but now those things are gonna be put off to next year's budget because we needed to fund an unanticipated expense.
Just a quick comment of the discussion. If there's leftover money, turn it back into free cash. That's what used to happen back in the day. There were no fire sales at the end of the year, so we hurry up and spend this money for the nice to have. We're at a point now where the tax rate is up, the values are up, and the taxpayers are taking a pounding. So we have to deal with that. So, I mean, if there's excess money, say we had no snow at all, I'm gonna give you a real off-the-wall scenario. Say there was no snow this year, we budgeted so much for the salt, we didn't use it. Return the money to the free cash, re-budget it in the next coming year. I think that's the frustration that Council Marquetti is kind of venting out, but to run over an account like that is, it's nobody's fault why it happened. We need to be there to make sure these trucks roll and these cruisers roll. Thank you.
Anybody else? Derek?
Chairman Lazo touched on the whole free cash thing, I was gonna say. But Rescue 1, is that the new ambulance?
No. Through the chair, that's the rescue truck.
Oh,
It's
the rescue truck.
3 years old.
Okay, all right, okay. Thank you.
Anybody else? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed, unanimous. Article number 11, review and discuss the fire department's transfer request for $2,000 from account number 001220-519300, tuition to account number 001-220-524100 motor vehicle repairs and maintenance to cover the costs for additional repairs required to maintain vehicles for the fiscal year. Entertain a motion to recommend to town council for approval.
So moved.
Seconded,
Second.
Ortiz, and seconded by the city member Julian. Discussion. Chief?
Again, this is additional monies that I've taken from a secondary account to not beef up, but I know I'm gonna be using those funds to repair vehicles. It's the same motor vehicle and repair and maintenance account that we just put the $10,000 into.
Anybody else? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? None. Unanimous. Number 12, review and discuss a fire department transfer for $500 from account number 001-220-546000, buildings and grounds and materials, to account number 001-220-545000, janitorial and housekeeping, to cover the rising costs for janitorial supplies for fiscal year. Entertain a motion to recommend town council for approval.
So moved.
Second.
Ortiz, seconded by Julian. Discussion. Chief?
So obviously, cleaning the station and the apparatus, you need supplies, janitorial supplies. This year, every year that I've been here, we've had to do a transfer to make out for the rest of the year. This is again the needs that we have in this line item, so the $500 should get us to the end of the year. I will say, the department goes to Big Y and Big Bunny and shops all the sales to get these things, so we're trying to do everything we can to save money.
Anybody else? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? Unanimous. Number 13, review and discuss FY24 Emergency Management Performance Grant, known as EMPG. Entertain a motion to recommend town council accept the approximate grant funding for $5,980 and allow the town manager to sign all related documents.
So moved.
Second.
Ortiz, and seconded by Julian. Discussion, Chief.
So again, thank you everybody for letting me speak about this. This is a yearly EMPG grant that we push through. Years past, we've purchased video screens and computers for the Emergency Operations Center. We've actually used it to buy bulletproof vests that we've talked about in years past. Last year, we used it to try to circumvent using some of the new fire station funds to buy tables for the EOC that's going to be located at the new fire station. Again, so last year was the first purchase of 9 tables. We needed another nine tables for this year's purchase. So this is saving some costs off the fire station, and the grant money is a match. Obviously, we already do the match with purchasing Everbridge alerting system.
Discussion from anybody else? Seeing none, all in favor? Unanimous. Number 14, review and discuss the FY24 firefighter safety equipment grant and entertain a motion to recommend that town council accept the approximate grant funding for $19,000 and allow the manager to sign all related documents.
So moved.
Second.
Ortiz, and seconded by Julian. Discussion, Chief.
So this is a grant that has been put together to purchase radio comms headsets for the firefighters. Obviously, if you've been at a fire scene or even a police situation, an EMS involvement, it's loud, there's motors running, the pump is going. So the current technology out there now is that all 3 or 4 members that are riding in the cab of the engine or the ladder truck, we're going to be purchasing these headsets that will have a complete communications on the radio system that we have currently installed in each vehicle. And when the pump operator and the officer get out of the truck, there's an intercom system that interlinks them together. So he can talk to them on the intercom and say, hey, listen, tag the hydrant down at the end of the street. And then the pump operator, so the lieutenant will take the comm set off and go with his portable radio, but the pump operator will have constant monitoring of the radio in the truck and also intercom system with any of the other trucks that arrive after them. So this basically is a grant to do 2 things. By that, it's going to save some ear protection of the firefighters. So hopefully when they do retire, they'll have some sort of hearing, no hearing impairments, because it is very loud on the fire scenes. And obviously a couple guys here, you know what it's all about. So this is a proactive way to save hearing and get a clearer communication device for the frontline vehicles.
Huh? Can you repeat that?
Ditto.
Any other discussion?
I heard it.
Any other discussion? Seeing done, all those in favor? Opposed? Anybody want to bring something up before we close the meeting? I would like to,
How about is the other lithium battery crap out of that too? That we got in our packet, chief?
Minor part of it. So on top of what Roland's bringing up in the question, part of that firefighter safety grant on article number 14, we are purchasing a few items for lithium ion battery fires for suppression efforts, special nozzle in a container to put in not car batteries, but like phone batteries or iPen any battery that can fit in a small 5-gallon bucket. It's a powdered solution that goes into a bucket. Put the battery in it, you put more solution on it, and it snuffs out the battery. You hope. Technology is so new on that, it's incredible.
I just want to say that the other day you had a fire on Worcester Street, and potentially it could have been a disaster, the amount of the houses confined like they are over there. My understanding from some people in the neighborhood, that they were very happy with the results and the response that was provided by the department, and luckily nobody got hurt, and I mean, the house is closed up, but it's just to go shows you sometimes with a little KO cigarette on a porch, potentially what it could be, but a fine job, well done.
Thank you.
Make a motion, anybody make a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor? Thank you. Just to remind everybody, we have a council meeting at 7 o'clock upstairs.